All right, so our next speaker is Javier Juarez, who is a Dreamer DACA recipient and, of course, a graduate of Brown University. Javier?
Wow, let me see those signs. Hold them up. Amazing. Before I begin, I want to thank all of you for being here. Amor, Prism, Cata, Rodrigo, Pimentel, for always being here for our community when they need us the most. I also want to give a special shout out to the 18 arrested in the Never Again protest at the Wyatt Detention Facility last week. One of them being a close friend of mine. You are the definition of resistance. My name is Javier Juarez, and I am a first-generation immigrant. I crossed the U.S. Mexico border at the age of 10, alone after being stranded in Mexico for 10 days. I'm a survivor. And today, I'm here to remind you that what we do today will mark a new era of resistance. An era when the people came together to tear down the walls of hatred and bigotry for innocent people who are seeking asylum to survive. Today you stand in solidarity with thousands across 700 cities across the world who will join in the Lights for Liberty vigil for the protection of basic human rights to our fellow man. It is up to us to stand up for the children and families whose lives are being held hostage for the sake of politics. For a decade, not one immigrant child died in U.S. government custody. But since September 2018, at least 6 children have died in the custody of either DHS or HHS. I bring you their names with me today. Darlene Christabel Cordova, 10 years old. Jakelin Caal Maquin, 7 years old. Felipe Gomez Alonzo, 8 years old. Juan de Leon Gutierrez, 16 years old. Wilma Josue Ramirez Vasquez, 2 years old. Carlos Gregorio Hernandez Vasquez, 16 years old. Marie Juarez, 1 year old. These are human beings who are coming to our country looking for safety, following their parents who have risked it all for a better future for their families. But instead of safety, they were met with rape, sickness, and death. We can no longer look in the mirror and consider ourselves a country that values freedom and family when we are putting people in cages and ripping them apart from each other. At times like these, I return to history and to the people who I look up to intellectually, like Du Bois, Baldwin, Langston Hughes, and among others, to help me resonate what is happening in 2019. I'm going to leave you with a few words from Malcolm X, which he said during a gathering just like this one. My people have suffered from colonization, oppression, exploitation, degradation, humiliation, discrimination, and every other kind of Asian. You and I live in a country that is supposed to be the citadel of education, freedom, justice, democracy, and all of those other pretty sounding words. Today we let our voices be heard, and we tell the world to not look away of what is happening in our country. I hope today ignites a flame in your heart. Education, not deportation. Thank you all for being here with us. La lucha